Have you been podcasting frequently?
No, I have no one to podcast with.
Don't you do your own thing? One-man
Just
team?
talking to myself. No.
No, just like discussing stuff like our professors do or lecturers do. You know, pick a topic, explain it, think you know really well about it.
That's weird.
Tell the world. They can learn from it.
I've done some like commentaries for my movies and it's just weird.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you still live with your parents?
I still live with my parents.
So you
Well, actually, it's quite funny because all my
makes
mail
no difference
goes
to
to my
you.
old house. Yeah, because I've never lived outside other than a couple of months in Melbourne once. But I just think it's great, you know, magic laundry, food's always in the fridge. There's always stuff. Bills are always paid. Even though I'm supposed to pay for the internet, when I'd miss a payment, Mum and Dad's already got it, you know. I don't have to buy toilet paper, which is, you know, one of those really annoying things.
can't you just get it ordered? You know, if you know that you're going to use like one roll a week, just get, you know, it sent 4 rolls every month.
Yeah, but it's still a cost. That's a cost that I don't have to cover at the moment.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't even have to be my own dependent. I don't have an independence and I don't even depend on myself to live. Hello, I'm Amy. So like second ever podcast.
Yeah. We'll do one a year.
Well, once I get married to a rich person, then obviously I'll free up a lot of time and this could happen much more frequently.
Do you think, is Triangle pulling out the ring?
Well, I've got a girlfriend ring.
All right. What does that mean?
So I'm a girlfriend now.
Oh, okay.
He girlfriended me about a month. It's a month ago.
Did
yeah,
he
it's like a
actually
month.
say that to you?
Well, he wanted me to be his girlfriend a while back, and I said, well, only if you propose to me with a ring, but it can't be a diamond ring because we don't want that to clash with the diamond ring for an engagement in the future or get things confused when I'm wearing it. So it would be a ring that would go on my right side, not my left side. And he had to propose to me, memorable moment, completely surprise me, be a ring that I absolutely like, and I'll be his girlfriend.
But this is all prearranged.
What do you mean?
As in, you arranged that you
No,
told
they-
him that he had to surprise you.
Yeah. These
Okay.
are the hoops that he had to jump through, and I set out the hoops, and it's just a
Okay.
matter of time of when he would jump them.
You should have asked for like an orchestra, like, is it one of those Paris Hilton people did with Jay-Z?
I know if I could, and if I knew that he could do it, I would get him to write a piece that would have to be played by at least, you know, a four human being quartet thing.
Is he a composer?
No, he's not, which is the thing. Like, I like that, but doesn't mean I'm going to get it. So it's something simple.
I think in this scenario that I saw on the internet was like they played the Lana Del Rey Young and Beautiful thing, and then fireworks are going off, and then he's like got down on one knee.
To be his girlfriend.
Yeah, I think it cost like $10 million, but
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Yeah, so on a
No, to be his wife.
so on a
His
small
engagement.
scale. Oh, that's for engagement. That's different. This is just a girlfriend ring. So maybe for engagement, I can pop those ideas in. I've sort of decided on what sort of ring I want.
engagement ring.
Engagement ring. But the thing is, because I've got a pearl girlfriend ring, I can't really wear a diamond engagement ring at the same time. So, you know, it's kind
won't
of...
it be on the other hand?
Yeah, it will, but it's clash. It's like you just don't wear...
I thought you burnt the
No.
girlfriend ring.
What?
I thought you had to burn the girlfriend ring when you got engaged
No, I don't think so.
to symbolise that
Yeah, that's all over.
a lack of committal. Yeah.
No. Well, I'll be keeping this on. There's no way I'm going to just chuck it out. I really like it.
Why don't it just fall off one day? I'm sure if you just hit it on the side of something, it'll just go.
Well, I hope not, because it's quite expensive. And what was really cool was on Saturday we went to this gathering with, you know, some of his staff and all that sort of stuff. And some of the staff had a few girlfriends there. And as soon as they saw the ring, they were just like, oh, that's from Kayla's, isn't it? And I'm like, yes. So you can just recognise it. They're like, yeah, there is such a point of difference with their jewellery. I felt so proud. Especially since I selected it.
My mum got a bee sting on her finger and all swelled up, and they had to cut her ring off with a hacksaw.
Yeah, well, that's why mine's rose gold, so it's not going to be too painstaking. And it's a pretty commercial design, so I guess it could be replaced. It's not like an antique.
So would you get a custom design an engagement ring?
No, because originally, before I even looked at it, I wanted just a single diamond and a simple wedding band and just one diamond on there, something super simple. But I wanted a really quality diamond. Then I made a joke about something, and I said something about Cartier, And then Triangle told me, oh, okay, well, if it's Cartier, you should choose something that is very, like, which symbolizes Cartier, not just a simple thing, because otherwise you're just paying for the brand for no reason. You want a design that symbolizes that brand, then it makes sense to buying brand. And so then I was like, oh, I don't know, I just want something simple. Looked on the website, what they were advertising right now, the Trinity Rubin. Goddamn amazing. Fell in love with it straight away. Has a really cool wedding band that would go with it, essentially. And so I think that's what I want. So it's not really a custom design. And sometimes when you design your own thing, it just, in your mind, it looks great. And then, you know, the actual thing looks hideous.
Yeah, but you could pick the designer to design something for you. You could commission a ring.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like there's this one girl that she doesn't know me, but I know her, if you know what I'm saying. And and
like
I'll get her
Paris Hilton.
And I know she works at Linny's or something. I'll get her to make the ring. And then the girlfriend will be like, who's this girl you got to make my ring? And it'll be weird, and then the relationship will probably end, but it'll be a funny story.
Well, a friend of mine recently got like a ruby engagement ring that they designed together, and they spent, 4 months designing it together and getting it done and stuff, and now they've just broken up.
It sounds productive.
So, yeah, that was pretty shite. I knew they were never meant to be together. But,
So what happened to the ring?
I don't know, because he hasn't even spoken to her. They had some fight, like some verbal thing.
Infidelity?
I don't think so, because he's always busy. He blames it on him being busy, and she's saying there's not enough time and stuff. And yeah, apparently they used to have lots of fights about things like she feels that she was not appreciated, and she was cleaning the house more than he was, and all that sort of jazz. But then he felt that there were certain days where she would just be like, I want a croissant from South Perth, and he'll be in Rockingham doing something, and he'll have to go to get a croissant from South Perth and deliver it to her with a fresh orange juice, because that's what she demanded, and she'd be at home. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm friends with the male, so I get his point of view.
You just said you demanded certain attributes about the girlfriend proposal.
I didn't demand it. I said that would be the pathway for me to be his girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't ready to be in a relationship at that stage.
But if you went through these things, you suddenly are ready.
Sorry?
If you went through these hoops, you suddenly are ready.
Well, because I knew it would take a length of time.
Oh, okay.
So then, yeah.
Last time we spoke, there were more than one shape, though.
Yes, there's more than one shape.
So how did you decide on triangle?
Well, it was more a time thing. And that's why I needed the hoops set in place, because then it would be worth it. Worth settling and erasing the other shapes. Whereas when I have all these shapes going, it's great. But why should I settle for one shape?
But you have now.
Yes, I have now.
And what's it like?
It's nice, but there's less variety. It's like, that's the only thing that sucks. That's the thing that sucks. And I mean, my time has eased up a bit. So I get less, SMSs and text messages asking me to be somewhere, to go somewhere, if I have time. Now it's more like I have already allotted certain amounts of time and to certain things. So time management, I guess it's a simpler.
Do you just do mountain climbing?
Method. Rock climbing.
Rock climbing.
I try to go. I've only gone twice this month. So it's pretty poor. I didn't even go in April, but that's because I went to Korea. That's what I blame it on anyways. March I went a couple of times. I'm not going as much because of my current job now. And yeah, I live at work pretty much.
Back in
so that's pretty crazy.
Earlier this year, the start of this year, you said you had this great story for the podcast.
Oh, I don't know. There's so much that's happened. Could have been all sorts of different things. I don't know. Did I allude to anything?
I don't know.
Something funny?
I can't remember. It's like, boy, do I have a story for you.
Yeah, I remember texting you that, but I don't really remember what it was about
And sometimes you said you had the message from you saying you were like in New York or something.
New York. I haven't been to America this year.
Maybe it was last year.
Yeah, I was there in September.
In the last 12 months.
Yeah.
So where have you been in the last 12 months?
So last 12 months, okay, so last year, this time last year I was in San Fran.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw you after this time last year, right?
Yeah, I saw you in August last year.
Yeah, August last year. So from August, in September, I was in Denver and New York. October, I know I was in Sydney at some point. So I would have been in Sydney possibly. December, I was in Vietnam and Hong Kong for a wedding. I don't think I went anywhere in November.
Vietnam and Hong Kong.
Vietnam and Hong Kong for my cousin's wedding.
They had 2 spots at their wedding.
No, it was Hong Kong, but then we detoured Vietnam just to sightsee a couple of things with my brother because he'd never been there. Then January. So this is why I have to write everything down every day so that I remember these things.
And you went to New York in September before that.
September was New York and Denver.
Why were you in New York?
Well,
Denver?
that was from, because obviously from Australia, you got to either go to San Fran or LA or New York as a point of entrance to the or Hawaii as a point of entrance. So this particular time,
Or you can go Brisbane, Dallas.
really in Dallas
Yeah, my cousin just flew back from Dallas yesterday to Brisbane.
to Brisbane. Oh, okay. Well, that's
don't know why that
another
is.
route. I've never been to Dallas, but yeah, we went to New York. So we flew Emirates. Yeah, Emirates.
Mm-hmm.
So JFK, and then JFK
Through Denver.
to Denver. From New York to Denver. Well, New York, we drove to Philadelphia, and then Philadelphia, we flew to Denver.
With Triangle.
Yeah.
And what did you do in Denver?
Denver, there was an expo, CEDIA, which is Custom Electronic Design and Installation Association.
Okay.
Basically, they showcase...
Did you go to Boulder or anything like that?
No, I didn't end up being able to do that. It was pretty intense. A couple of days. A lot of it was all trade show stuff and meeting people with him, and it was a very businessy sort of trip, and I only got to go and visit my restaurants at night.
Is Denver high up? Like, did you get altitude sickness?
No.
Oh.
I think it's like, you're thinking like Colorado, sort of, because
Isn't
Denver's
Denver
in
in
Colorado, but
Yeah.
like Aspen. You're thinking like Aspen way, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's further up. No, I didn't. It was almost like a cleaner version of Washington DC.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I quite liked it. It was quite nice.
I have a
It was
friend
only
that
for a
lives in
couple of days.
Boulder.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I'm going back again this year, around the same time for the same
Did you
thing.
smoke some legalized marijuana, or was that not till this year?
I don't know. I've never smoked marijuana in my life. Never intend to.
They just legalized it.
Oh, well, I think everywhere
So
should
you can-
legalise it all. Or like a small amount, right? As long as it's for personal use and not for...
As in, like, you can go to a shop and buy it without a prescription.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
But it might have been January 1st that it came in.
Only in certain states or the whole...
In Colorado, yeah.
Oh,
All of
okay.
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then it's this year, really. This year I haven't really gone that many places, just Korea before and
Why Korea?
some Malaysia. Because my brother went there and I'd never been to Korea.
Okay.
So I thought I'd just go with him because he's super organised all the time. So it meant I'll be able to sightsee and see a lot of things in a condensed, cheap way because he doesn't really catch cabs and stuff. Like, I'll go overseas, find the destinations I want to go to, catch a lot of cabs just to get to them. Whereas he would find the cheaper way, the normal, non-touristy route to get to places. So... And he was doing Korean lessons for several months before even getting there, so I knew that'd be so much easier.
So what do you see in Korea?
Korea, they use a lot of their underground space, which I thought was pretty cool. Like, say in America, they use underground space, but it's only in certain areas and it's mostly subways and stuff. Whereas Korea would literally have, a club downstairs, a restaurant above it on floor level, and then 2 more stories of different things. And they'll all be different establishments. Mm-hmm. And there'll be streets and streets of that. They've got 24-hour areas where it's just full of food and bars and clubs for students. And everything was, like, super cheap. A lot of things were open to really late. And they have these really awesome... Like, if you go to David Jones and you get fruit and veg from the bottom floor, how it's sort of a bit more premium, but it's just nice. It's not crazy nice. Whereas in Korea, the bottom floor of the department store has like a grocery section, and it's crazy. Like there are
they have David Jones in Korea.
Not David Jones, but like a department store.
Mm-hmm.
They have fruits and vegetables that do not even have a blemish on it.
Mm-hmm.
They look fake.
Mm.
There's ribbons wrapped around watermelons, and they're in a separate little velvet box.
Yeah,
you know, and it's super expensive, mind you. Like 2 nashi pears would be $24.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But they're gigantic. They're the size of like a watermelon, basically.
Have you been to that market in Bunbury?
No.
They've got like a fresh fruit and veg place that's like kind of like IKEA. It's sort of like a maze you walk through, and it's got
fruit and veg.
I mean, I don't think they're not like it's all organic, so they don't look perfect, but they're all, you know, perfectly organized, like, you know, big trays of them.
No, I don't want to go to Bunbury. I'm just not much of a outside of a city person. I mean,
have you ever
people
left
are
Perth?
saying, what do you mean?
Like, where outside of Perth and Margaret River have you been?
In Australia or in the
West
world?
Australia.
I've gone to Geraldton.
Why Geraldton?
Carnarvon. Well, because we had a road trip. One of the girls, for her birthday, she wanted to be in Exmouth. So we had to drive through all of that. So, you know,
She wanted to be in Exmouth
for her birthday because she wanted to go swim with the manta rays or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dive. And so we went through and we drove, you know, Monkey Mia all the way to Exmouth. Coral Bay. Yeah.
What was that like?
That was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But it's with 2 of my best girlfriends, and so we always have a lot of fun. We always hire a car because we stop by beaches and stuff and just chill and bring a lot of sand back into the car and play stupid music, take photos, and yeah. So it's always really fun. It's only us 3 as well. So, and we know each other really well. So it's one of those trips where none of us have to worry about what we're wearing. We don't have to wear any makeup. We don't have to worry about anybody else. We'll just chill,
You don't turn
gossip.
up to towns and go to the bar and get dressed up and go,
No, because
"Hey,
we wouldn't have any of those clothes anyways.
what do you mean, what clothes?
Like nice clothes. We always
Balcony.
just be like really casual stuff. Yeah. The weirdest time was when we decided to go to Cape Lodge down south when we were rock climbing. We went rock climbing expedition in Margaret River, and at night we decided to go to Cape Lodge, and we had no idea that Cape Lodge is probably one of the most like fancy sort of restaurants and wineries down in Margaret River. So I walked in there, and there's these waiters with gloves on, and the place was, you know, red carpet and quiet. We had like, you know, stripy, rusty jumpers, you know, flip-flops, walking through looking a bit odd. And there was like a, you know, 70th birthday on one side and some other old women chattering on the other, and we're like, okay. That was really awkward.
It's always weird when you stay at like a 5-star hotel and
No, never.
you've never
We
stayed
slum
in a
it.
5-star.
We always slum it.
You've never stayed in a 5-star
Oh, no,
hotel?
I have stayed in a 5-star hotel in my life.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
And then but then like, I don't know, you've gone out and done something, a touristy thing, but you've just worn like shorts and a shirt and sandals, and then you walk back into this place and they're like, yeah, maybe how can I help you? But then you just look like a bum because you're just in tourist clothing.
But the five-star place isn't when I look like a bum. I look most like a bum on those road trips, and we'd usually stay at backpackers.
Right, exactly. But if you're staying at just a 5-star hotel and you're being a tourist, you look like a bum. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Because you don't want to have to dress up every time you leave the hotel and look presentable.
That's true. No, but I generally look presentable every time I leave a hotel.
Even if you're walking down to the beach,
well,
you dress up.
Well, I wouldn't be
staying.
staying. Well, because that scenario would just never happen to me. I wouldn't go to the beach if I was staying at a 5-star hotel. It just wouldn't. It just wouldn't happen. Like, it just wouldn't happen.
Okay.
There's too much sun at the beach. I'd age too quickly.
But I was just using that as an example. I don't know what the other thing. Maybe if you went mountain climbing from a 5-star, you're like, hey, or rock climbing, they're like,
yeah, but then you don't look like a bum. You look like you're dressed for an occasion. You're dressed with a meaning. You're going to be walking with conviction.
You wouldn't put a dress on to go mountain climbing, would you? Just to walk through reception.
Well, you wouldn't. No, But then you'd be dressed in a certain fashion and they know that, oh, you're not just casually wearing that every day. You're obviously going somewhere else because I'd be holding a harness, a chalk bag,
Yeah,
and
but
some
then
shoes.
you have the other people who are at the hotel are businessmen who are getting paid to stay there, and they're walking around in suits the whole time, and you're just slomping it along.
But I
in
don't
rock climbing.
look sloppy in rock climbing gear. Yeah, I'd be sloppy if I was walking through wearing, like ripped jeans and, a horribly oversized t-shirt with tomato sauce marks on it. Yeah, that would be. But I don't wear that to go climbing, and that would be pure bum wear, and that would never, ever, ever happen to me. Ever.
I don't know what it's talking about. I'm just talking about casual tourist gear.
Yeah, but the casual tourist gear isn't rock climbing gear.
Or rock climbing gear. So you have a really stylish rock climbing gear.
Yeah, I wear all my Victoria's
It
Secret
doesn't-
stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
To go rock climbing?
Victoria's Secret sportswear.
Okay.
Always
fair
match.
enough.
Always matches. It's always good.
Well, then why don't you say that at the start?
What do you mean? Because you always trying to say...
No, I wear Victoria's Secret to rock climbing.
Well, because that just sounds like I'm wearing lingerie to rock climbing, and that sounds highly inappropriate walking through a 5-star hotel.
Okay. Is it?
Well, I think just wearing lingerie and walking around anywhere in public is not perceived as okay.
What's the difference between lingerie and like a bikini?
Precisely, but different material maybe? Lace? See-throughness?
I'm sure you can get lingerie that isn't just lace.
It is. It's one of those weird... I think the weird topic that is... it's true. Like,
Yeah.
there's hardly... There's no big difference, but people will be like, oh, she's wearing that. Or, oh, she's wearing that.
So are you living in Glendive then?
No, I mean, I'm practically half living there, but I don't have my stuff there.
All right. So
Like, I've got a toothbrush
so
there.
all you've got is this ring.
I've got this ring. I look after the dogs.
That's the only...
I've got a pair of slippers. I've got a t-shirt there. I have a towel that's mine and mine only.
Phone charger?
Sorry?
Do you have a phone charger there?
Well, my phone charger is the same as his charger, so I don't actually even have a phone charger. It's his. I don't have one at home, so that's the thing. I have to actually go to his place to charge the phone.
This is how it's got you trapped in corner.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a bit annoying. Considering my old phone, I could use for 4 days without charging at all. And now this thing like runs out of
Super
battery
smart,
probably every 2 hours or whatever.
That's why you have one by your bed. That's why they're intimate now. Because you have to have one by your bed to charge it every night.
Yeah, that's where the charger is.
Phone charger and a toothbrush. That's what you gotta...
I don't use electric toothbrush. I've been using toothbrushes from those like hotels.
I get them from the dentist now. They give me a free one.
Every time you go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they brush your teeth with it, right? To show you how to brush your teeth.
No, they just give you this
Oh,
kit.
which dentist do you go to?
Colgate kit.
The Colgate kit, they charge you for that. I'm
They
pretty
charge
sure.
my health insurance.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that you
I
get
don't
charged
pay
for that.
it,
But
so
it
I'm
comes,
like, I'm
it comes
getting
with
my
a-
money's worth
It comes
of
with a
this damn
tiny
health
little...
insurance.
That's true. I always get more than my money's worth, I think. I always claim way more than what I've paid.
I had my wisdom
I have
teeth
pretty
out.
bad
That was
teeth.
exciting.
Oh, how many?
All of them.
4?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get gums cut?
What do you mean?
Well, some people have them in really crazy spots and they have to cut their gums, go into day surgery for like 2 days and
Well,
stuff out.
I had to have crazy surgery, but I was only there for a day.
That's all right.
I had to get the full, like, knock your whole body out. You know,
Oh, wow.
You just wake up and go, what the hell happened?
How much did you end up having to pay out of pocket?
An insane amount of money.
Oh.
It's $400 per tooth, and health insurance only pays $100 per tooth off that.
Yeah, but that's obviously because of the amount you're covering and all that sort of jazz.
Yeah, I mean, they did pay all the hospital fees and the anaesthetist fees.
Yeah,
But
that's
not,
really good.
Not the actual surgeon's fees. Or
Yeah.
they paid $100 per tooth for the surgeon's fees.
Yeah. That could also be because of the surgeon, how much the surgeon costs. Because I go to the dentist.
So the health insurance costs $600, something like that. Plus $400, $300 a tooth times 4, that's $1,200. So it ended up costing $1,800.
But for something that would have cost you more than that.
Yeah, it would have cost like $7,000 otherwise.
Yeah, so
But that's still a lot of,
that's a bargain.
$1,800 is a lot of money just to get some tooth out that you probably could have left in there. I don't know, see what happens.
Yeah, but for the pain, it's not worth it.
I didn't have pain. They
Well,
just
I had pain,
recommended
and
to me.
yeah, but you don't want to go through that pain because by the time you go through that pain, you would literally just want to go, oh my God, I will pull it out myself. Because I didn't believe my dentist. He was like, Amy, seriously, you have 6 months. I was like, yeah, you're just trying to make money out of me, whatever. Within those 6 months, I was in so much pain. I was like, get it out.
I think
I will get it out
I'd
myself.
gone through the pain phase. I think I'd already gotten through it. And they were just...
Yeah, but then push through your teeth and then you'll have ugly teeth.
I already have ugly teeth.
Well, then why did you bother getting it done?
Because everyone was like, get them out, get them out. I felt peer pressured into it.
Peer pressure. And to get them wisdoms out.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah.
Well, I like going to the dentist. Although I haven't been there for a while. I quite like going there. Because when I leave, I just feel like I'm squeaky clean and everything's sorted. Yeah, but they're just super expensive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the clean thing. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you need to floss more. I'm like, ugh.
I think that's everybody in the world needs to floss more or something.
I just never remember to do it. And I'm actually, like, as I get older, I do it way more often than I used to never do it. And now I do it whenever I think of doing it, but I just never think of it. It's built into me to just brush your teeth and go to sleep.
That's good. But how long? Yeah, there's a little, I mean, a lot of electric toothbrushes have the little timers in now. So as you're brushing, it's got like, it's when you've brushed for long enough, there'll be a smiley face. Otherwise, there'll be a sad face.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I thought that's pretty cool.
Oh, they said my brushing's amazing. It's just that you have to floss.
Oh, it's pretty good. I need a dentist. They're a bit expensive, though. I've actually prepaid some stuff because health insurance rolls over every calendar year. So I had to make sure I claimed as much as I could. So basically I booked myself in for certain things that will happen this year.
What do you need
but
to
I
get
claimed
done?
it last year. Oh, I need like...
The work.
the works. I've got 2 more root canals that need to be finished off. I need to get like a crown somewhere from a root canal that I had before and, jazz like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like $7,000 in total. So I claimed like $1,800 last year before the calendar year, but I haven't had that stuff done. I'm getting it done this year.
You've got a month left, don't you?
Calendar year.
Oh, calendar year, okay.
Yeah. So I'm good.
Mine's business year.
Financial year. I'm really excited though because I think I'll get a good tax return, even though that means it's bad, but it's good.
I won't get anything because I don't make enough money.
Yeah, but that means you'll get everything back.
I get nothing. They don't even take tax out of it.
Oh, really?
I won't get anything. If you don't earn more
Over
than $500 a week, you don't get tax taken out.
I don't know how much it is. I don't think I've ever earned less than $500
because I'm a driver,
week.
I get a fuel allowance, so they don't count that as tax thing. So if I don't use up all that fuel allowance, I just get to keep it as regular pay or something. I don't know how that works.
No, I don't know how that. But that sounds pretty cool.
Not really. I still had to buy like 2 new tires. They don't pay for that. That's $200 down the drain.
But why do you have to buy the 2 new tires? Isn't it a work car?
No, it's my car.
Oh, it's your own car?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you can claim that.
On tax, which I don't pay.
Oh,
You see
yeah,
what I mean?
that's really bizarre. Surely there is a way to get some money out of that system.
Well, that's what they give you that car allowance for. You meant to pay for it, but I don't save like $2 a week, so I get new tires every year or something. Yeah. You meant to put that money aside, but I don't. I just spend it on booze.
I never saw you as a alcoholic.
Because I'm not. I'm not good at it.
Oh.
I'm terrible. I was for 2 weeks.
I'm actually keen to go to one of those AA meetings just for shiggles. I think it'd be quite interesting.
Oh, you started drinking now?
No, I just drink like how I used to, just like a glass for a whole night sort of thing. I enjoy a bit of wine here and there.
The problem is I have
a problem.
the best, just the most amazing dreams when I'm drunk. So it's like every day that I don't get absolutely plastered and go to sleep, it feels like a wasted day.
I think you have a problem. Who says that?
I was thinking about making
that?
a movie about this guy. He finds some new drug that makes his dreams like almost real, and he just keeps taking it until he starts overdosing. His body starts breaking down, but he doesn't want to give it up because his life in his dreams is better than the real life.
That's almost like, I don't know, for some reason that made me think of Her.
Her?
The movie.
Well, that's about it. Falling in love with artificial intelligence.
Yeah. But it's, I don't know, I guess to me that, my perspective, it's not real.
It's not real, yeah.
It's real, but it's not real.
But this is more than just love. It's like the actual world that you exist in on the other side is.
Well, I guess if you're always on ecstasy as well, it'd probably be the same thing. Your illusion of the world would be completely different.
You only meant to take it once every 3 months, though.
Ecstasy?
Yeah.
Why?
It loses its effectiveness because your body.
It means you just take. It just means you take more, isn't it? That's what people normally do.
Yeah, but then you never. People take more, but it's never as good as that time where you just took one and it was great.
Yeah, I can't relate. To be honest.
That's when I die, if like I'm given an hour and I have to write what are my regrets in life, it's not taking enough drugs. That'll be my regret.
Really? Well, mine would be not racking enough debt.
Yeah.
I'd say. I'd want to have more debt before I die because then that means I'm winning at the end.
Yeah.
It's like, hello, all you people.
Financial debt.
Yeah. Because that means I could have done so much more if I didn't care about it. Like, because I still care about not being able to finance my debt, I limit myself to what I do and how much I take out and how much I loan and, you know, all that. Instead of getting more money and being in more debt
what does money
to do
buy
more
you?
things. Well, I want to travel a bit more and see a few more things.
Yeah.
You know, and eat whatever I want whenever I want and do whatever I want and not have to work and not have to say yes to people that I don't give a shit about.
Mm.
You know, and just experience what I want to experience and then just...
So what would you do if you won lotto? Like if you won the $30 million thing?
Well, I would pay off my debts and then I would buy a property and then I would just live on rent and then I could just do things I want to do.
Be a landlord.
Yeah.
And that's it. But what would you do?
That would be my passive income that would just come in all the time.
What would your job be?
I wouldn't have a job.
You wouldn't work?
I wouldn't work. I would go to yoga because I enjoy that. I would take up more icing classes and decorate cakes because I love it.
How would you make new friends?
I'd read more books. I don't need new friends. I would make new friends. You make so much friends at yoga. You make friends at icing classes. Okay. You know, there's all that, and I can catch up with my regular friends because they're all
icing classes
at different types. Yeah, I love it. And the stuff is like quite expensive, and you know, you don't get much out of it. But I really like it. Or like silk classes, rock climbing. I could spend so much more time on that. It'd be great.
See, if I won the $30 million, I would invest in a business that required me to work like 60 hours a week or something.
Why would you do that?
Because that's what I want to do.
Work 60 hours a week? Because I currently work 60 hours a week and I hate it.
Yeah, well, I currently work 10 hours a week and I hate it.
Yeah, but that's your own choice. Working more hours a week is a lot easier than working less.
And
I'm required to be there.
Though.
No, it's okay, but the fact that I am in a job, I think, is what makes me sad. Yeah, that I don't have the option. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm at that point of, well, I have the option to change jobs, but I don't have the option to just not work at all.
Yeah.
And ideally, I want to have that option to be like, well, F you, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just gonna, you know, lie on the couch for a week because I want to.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, well, this week I feel like going to work, so I'll just go in and do a couple of hours of when I want to do.
Yeah.
But actually, no, I don't want to, so I'll just go watch a movie now. Like, I want to be able to have that instead of to go, okay, actually, I've got to think about what I do next because I've got to be able to pay. And if I'm not going to get paycheck next week, I might be behind. And then blah, blah, blah. That's what would suck.
Yeah.
But just even having a couple of properties in, like, the Perth CBD, a few apartments. Because at the moment, like, my apartment, for example, it's taking $440 a week. And even with a property manager, I get $812 every fortnight.
In rent.
Now, that doesn't cover the council rates and all that sort of stuff. But if everything was all paid for, essentially, then, you know, those rates would be minute. Like, I could put money onto that and it wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you still wouldn't have a job. You'd just be a landlord.
No, that's great. That's what I'm saying. And I could go and find a job that I want to do, and when I want to work, I'll just work when I want to work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or even study. I actually quite like studying.
Are you still studying?
No. Because I'm working 60 hours a week, James.
Right,
that beautiful 60 hours a week that you'd want to do.
To let your parents...
Yeah, but well, they know at the moment that I'm working to try and pay stuff off. So, and I told them I deferred. So, it's okay. I don't know how long you'll last for before they start, going, Amy, what are you doing?
It's very unlikely, but I might be studying next year.
What?
They're starting this new film course, and if I get in... then
Is it Whopper?
It's in Afters in Sydney.
Oh, okay. So when do you find out?
They haven't even launched it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that should be fun.
I don't really want to leave Perth, but I figure if I can get the youth allowance... No, not youth allowance. What do they call
payments.
it? Centrelink payments to support your study, then I don't have to have a job or not a...
I think you still need a part-time job because of living expenses being high.
Yeah, but I think even then you're not allowed to work more than 6 hours a week.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So we need a high-paying 6-hour-a-week job.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't matter.
So why do you want to go study?
Just to like I do something.
Oh.
Supposedly it's a good networking opportunity.
So did you actually go donate any organs?
Oh, I signed up as an organ donor.
In March?
Well, yeah, before the you never know what's going to happen under the anaesthetist for the wisdom teeth.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense now.
They were like...
Because I was freaking out, and it seemed like something that you would totally do.
You're really good.
You would totally do.
And then
that.
they wake up and like you wake up and you go, oh my God, your blood pressure's low. We don't know what's happening. And you're like, oh my God, this is it. I'm about to die.
Wow.
It's exciting.
I'm not an organ donor at the moment.
Just sign up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit superstitious.
This is why they should make it opt out.
Yeah.
Everyone's an organ donor, and if you don't want it, you have to go and fill the forms in to say, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Rather than now it's opt-in.
Instead of vice
stupid.
versa. I guess so. But it's one of the superstitious things, so I'm not sure if I want to do that at the moment. Yeah. A bit scary.
What they should do is have one of those, like an organ donation party where you get a bunch of people to do it all at the same time, and then it'll be extremely unlikely that you're all going to die straight away.
Yeah, but I've always wondered, like, how big someone's organ is and how you can transplant it to someone else. Like, if a 3-year-old died, can you use its little organ,
I don't know.
on a basketball player, per se?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not.
So that kind of sucks.
I'm sure you can, but maybe an 18-year-old you could transfer to a basketball player.
Yeah, but how big is an 18-year-old? Like, what if you had an 18-year-old dwarf? Can you use the lung?
Depends on type of dwarf. Don't some have like regular organs and some have miniature organs depending.
Yeah, but what's a regular organ? Because a basketball player's going to have a weird...
obviously tiny, but other dwarfs.
Yeah, I wonder if that matters. It's bizarre. But yeah, organs, I don't know, a bit creepy. I'm not sure. Maybe I should. I was going to donate. I was like signing up for donation of blood and stuff, but every time I've gone at the moment, my blood pressure's either not right, my hemoglobin count's either not right, like I've been sick too close to date, like a million things. So I just end up getting free food at the canteen. It's not bad, but I can't bother anymore because every time I go and have to park and do all those things and then end up not donating anything. So useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, you can't donate today because your weight's under. No, you can't donate today because your hemoglobin count's not high enough. Oh, you can't donate today because your blood pressure's too low. Oh, you can't donate today because you were sick too frequently, like 3 months ago. Wait for another 3 months. Come back at Easter.
I'm not allowed to donate because of that.
How did you get a disease in Thailand?
I have no idea.
What is it?
Pardon?
What is
I
it?
never worked out what it was. That's why I can't donate.
How did they know? Then how does it make your organ safe?
That's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, precisely.
But
you feel like you're doing something better, I guess.
Organ donation is just like one of these things you just do, rather than blood donation. You have to actually go do something every time you're donating.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
true.
whatever it is.
Oh, I know. My dad had to get donated blood a while back. That's what made me
Yeah, I
want
think
to
they
do
can
it.
just switch me off if I need blood. If I haven't donated, it's fair enough.
What? What do you mean?
Isn't there like, oh my god, we need this guy's blood, but he's never donated before, so screw this bastard, switch him off.
Okay.
Isn't that how it works?
I have no idea, but possibly. I mean, because they're desperate enough. I bought a poncho. I bought the poncho, by the way. And that surplus store doesn't exist anymore.
So where'd you get the poncho from?
Well, across the road there's a workwears thing. I think that's where it moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ugh.
So what's the workwear place called?
I don't know. Something workwear, but it's opposite to the surplus store.
So the surplus store's still there?
Yeah, well, the surplus store has the big sign on the top. But underneath is financial services and stuff. When you look across, you've got a workwear store. And they have... And because I Googled it and then I called them. Like, you gave me the link, right?
Yeah.
Then I called them to see if they've got ponchos. And they do. And so then I went there. But then when I got there, I was like, that's not the store. And then I looked across the road and I was like, oh, I'll just try in there. And it was the same lady.
Them, it was the same voice?
Yeah.
On the phone?
Yeah.
As in the person?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was right. $12, pretty good, I guess. But then obviously, you know, it stops raining.
It's one you use more than once then?
Yeah, it's one of the more decent ones. Also, they say. Yeah, I'm really curious to know what stories I had before. I don't really remember now. But lots happen all the time. Not always to me.
So you had
to
committed
other people.
to Triangle by then? Back
No.
in January, when it was?
No, because commitment happened on the 26th of April, which was just a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you
very
said
recent.
you knew that girl, Diana Kwan.
Yeah, so she's a relative. So why do you need a pharmacist? I don't understand. And how did you know I know her? And how did you know she's a pharmacist?
Because you were a mutual friend on Facebook while I was stalking her on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So how did you know her in the first place? How did you know of her existence?
I was Googling graduates from Curtin Pharmacy.
Oh, okay. She's graduated quite a number. Year 2000.
Year 2000.
I'm pretty sure.
She was listed as like 2004, 2005 or something.
She would have graduated 2000.
So how old is
Year
she?
2000. She was 83. 1983. And 1983 is the year that she was born.
Yeah.
So she would have graduated year 2000. And then...
And what school did she go to? High school did she go to?
Mercedes.
Okay.
Mercedes College.
Is she married now?
Yeah. She got married last year.
Have kids?
No. Not that I'm aware of. But yeah, her wedding was last year with a fellow pharmacist. Well, he was a lecturer actually, from what I remember, at Curtin.
Okay.
Yeah, they met after she graduated. Because then after you graduate from pharmacy, you actually have to do a number of hours before you can, graduate as an actual pharmacist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so... But what do you need a pharmacist for?
I need Diana.
Why?
It's a long story.
That sounds really creepy.
I don't need her. I just need information from her.
For
I
what?
need to ask her some questions.
To do with?
It's a long story.
You sound creepy.
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you know where you can find her.
How?
She owns a pharmacy in the city.
Okay.
You can probably go
Just
see her.
walk up. Yeah. I'll be too scared to ask her any questions.
But you need to know the answers, right? And if it's totally
I needed
okay.
to get some injection that's like makes you fearless, and I'm growing up and ask her a question.
Yeah, why don't you just do that? That's what
How do
pharmacists...
you get fearless drugs?
Sorry?
How do you get drugs that stop fear?
Well, why don't you go see a doctor? And they can probably...
Hi, Mr.
they can
Doctor.
possibly...
I need some drug that's going to let me go to a random pharmacist in the city and ask her important questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, usually alcohol works too.
Yeah, but then you
People
might
become
end up being an
fearless.
asshole and she's like, who's this drunk?
Yeah, why don't you just write it on a piece of paper? And then make yourself get there, give the piece of paper and it says, "Hi, I'm drunk at the moment because I
I'm
have
not
to be
scared of the
fearless to give you the
question,
piece of
I'm
paper."
scared of the
And so,
answer.
no.
No would be a good answer.
Oh, okay, yes.
I'm scared of the yes. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh. Then why do you even want to ask?
Pardon?
Why do you even want to ask then? Just do
I
it.
feel like I should. It's destiny.
Okay, well then if it's destiny, it's going to happen.
Not if you just sit around not leaving your room.
Okay, then why don't you go?
Because I'm terrified.
Why are you terrified?
Because I don't want to know the answer.
But you do, obviously, because you've actively gone out to find someone that could answer the question.
Yeah, because I need to know just in case the time comes where they're like, look, you've got to get this sorted. And I
Well, why
have to be
didn't you
like,
get me to ask the question? I'll have it in an envelope. And when the time comes and you need the question answered, it's in an envelope, nicely sealed for you on your bedside table. And you can just open it and be like,
So I have to just live in dread of the answer that's in this envelope.
Well, you don't have to dread because it could be good.
It could be good, but it could be terrible.
It could be, but if it's terrible, there's probably a resolution.
I have to sit there, I have to buy a shotgun just so if the news is bad, I can just go. So I never, as soon as I read it, I'm just like. So you never actually have to deal with the consequences of the answer.
Then wouldn't it mean that it's better just not to know? I feel like we're going around in circles.
Yeah, I know, but that's the age-old question. Is it better not to know? You know, a life lived in fear is a life half lived, or whatever they say.
Yeah, I think so. Because, like, one of my friends, actually two of my friends, they found out they've got, like, cysts in their ovaries or something like that, and then it means that's going to be difficult for them to fall pregnant, la, 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 and they were like, you should really get it checked because it's painful and it could give you, you know, in future when you want children, it's going to create, you know, complications and stuff. So I went to see my GP and basically said the same thing to get tested. And she said, why would you want to know? Like, are you trying to fall pregnant right now and having trouble? And I was like, no. She goes, well, then there's no point knowing. Because you might be one of those people that have it, but then get pregnant just per normal and everything go as per normal and you didn't know anything. Whereas if you find out now and you don't even want to be pregnant and later on you're trying to get pregnant and there's no problems, you've been worried about it for so long and there's nothing that can fix it anyways. So that's the thing. Why bother knowing?
Yeah.
Only unless it's one of those things where knowing, then you'd take a lot of drugs and then at the end you won't have the regret list that you said that you'd have. Then that would be worth it. Because then I'm just like,
Men in Black, and they got that thing that goes shoot.
And you'd forget. Yeah.
Or Arrested Development has the forget-me-not pills.
Why don't you just go and ask? Why can't you just get any pharmacist, like just walk down the road, there's a chemist, and just ask them?
Diana specifically.
Like, why?
Because she has all the right connections.
Okay, well, would I have any of those connections?
Did you do pharmacy with Diana?
No, I didn't.
In 2004? No.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I really think that you should just ask her.
I think I should just...
It feels like because otherwise it just feels like unfinished business. It's like, you know, when a house is not clean and you just want to clean it, but you don't clean it and just not be clean. So why don't you just do it? Bite the bullet, do it, and then it's done.
That's what I want to do, clean my room.
Yeah. And it's like how I attempted to sell my stuff at Swap Meet. But
What stuff?
Stuff, because I just moved house with my parents, that is. And
From
when you
Malaga?
move... No, from Ballajara
To where?
to Bennett Springs,
Where's that?
Beachborough,
Where's that?
east,
Like in the hills?
northeast. Not that far.
Okay.
No, not that far.
On the
But just
flats.
moving stuff out was... You know, you dig out all this stuff and you're like, wow, I didn't need any of this stuff, but I kind of want to keep it, but I kind of don't. And then some of the things that I decided that I won't need anymore, instead of throwing away, I reckon I can get, even if it's 50 cents I can get out of it, then it's 50 cents extra that I can have now than to have it thrown out. So I packed everything in boxes and stuff, but then I finished doing all that at 2 a.m. and I had to get up at 4 a.m. to go to Swap Meet, which obviously didn't happen in this rainy and cold weather.
Yeah.
So I'm back to naught.
You're going to go to Swap Meet today?
No, on Sunday.
Last Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
But didn't end up going.
Okay.
But the stuff is all packed up, ready to go. So hopefully I can go in the next couple of weeks and sell some stuff. Be like a garage sale.
Do you want to buy an Xbox?
No.
Um,
I don't need any extra stuff. I'm trying to sell stuff, James. That doesn't even make sense.
That's what I'm trying to sell.
Am I trying to sell an Xbox? Have you got an Xbox One?
Yeah, and they're terrible.
Really? Everyone loves them.
There's no games. I played the one game that came for it. Now it's been sitting in a cupboard. For
You're trying to sell an Xbox One?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't you put it on Gumtree? People love that stuff.
Yeah, but no one wants to. Everyone wants to pay the same price. Ironically, they want to pay the same price for the Xbox One as the Xbox 360, which is like 5 years old, 10 years old.
Yeah. So obviously you're not selling because you're not going to make enough money.
Yeah, look, you know.
But if you're not doing anything with it, it's not like a car, right? It doesn't appreciate and become a classic. Unless you hold it for like 50 years and then it still works and everyone's like, oh my God, I need this piece of equipment.
Yeah, but I think it's not going to depreciate anymore for a long time. Do you know what I mean? If I
Okay.
sell it for, I want to sell it for $400.
Yeah, but $400 now,
People- it might- people
time
might-
value of money, James. It's better off now that you have the $400 for whatever purpose it is than to have it later, because the value of $400 now is better than later
Yeah, but
on.
if I sell it, if some games come out for it in 6 months' time, and I have to pay $500 for a new game and buy the game again, which is $600.
Yeah, that would
rather
suck.
than just paying $50 for the new game or $100 for the new game, whatever it costs.
True. Fair enough.
And it's probably going to be worth $250 for the rest of the next 6 years. So
Isn't it like $1,000 to buy?
it's $600, but they're bringing in a version that has less features for $500.
And people are selling it on Gumtree for how much?
No one's selling them on Gumtree because no one wants one. Everyone wants the PS4.
Oh. Well, as far as I know, most of my friends got Xbox One.
Well, they
Hardly
probably
anyone's
all
getting
know
this
each
one.
other and they want to play on the
PS4.
same platform.
Oh, fair enough.
They're just an anomaly.
I'm just glad that I'm not into that stuff. Another expense that I cannot afford.
What if you're missing out on something? Don't you ever worry about that?
No, I don't.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption?
No.
It could be like the most amazing.
Because I have very little. I work
Do you know
because I
that-
actually work 60 hours a week, and I don't have time for that.
Maybe you should take some time off work and enjoy.
I wish I could if I didn't have as much debt. Maybe when I get married, but I'm not yet.
Why don't you just get married and then get debt paid off and then divorce him?
Because that would be awful.
What? Well, then don't divorce him. What's wrong with marrying him now rather than you're talking about money?
Yeah, but I can't marry him right now because A, he hasn't got the ring. B, I have to plan a wedding. I haven't even found my dress yet. So there's little things like that.
Why don't you just run into an op shop and buy some weird old
no.
dress? And
No, there is no way.
Why?
Because someone else got married in that. And it probably won't fit me like everything else that has to get altered and changed to fit me anyways. And so if I'm going to pay something, I might as well just get a new one.
Well, just run into a store and buy one. Just don't even think twice.
Because I don't have my wedding planned.
How hard is it to plan a wedding?
Well, there's lots of little things in there.
Send out some invites, say everyone meet on this date, and then you turn up and you have a wedding.
No, because I want
People
nice things.
overthink weddings so much.
No, but I
and
want
they end
nice-
up being worse.
No, but I want nice
The more
things. And
planned
the
the
thing
wedding,
is,
the
I've got
worse
a
they
lot of relatives, so that's why. I basically already know what I want. I know what colours, I know what I want. Except I need to
Colours.
find that dress, and I need to sort of combine in when guests can arrive, because I've got a lot of overseas guests that are family members that is paramount that they're there because I'm an Asian family.
You can have it in Perth.
Yeah, because most of my friends are in Perth. You'll be invited, James. You'll be on the Kayla's table.
Who would be on the Kayla's table?
Kayla's table, you'd have Luke.
Who's Luke?
Luke. Oh, no, Luke. Oh, well, there'll
the
be Luke.
Chef Luke.
Chef Luke,
Okay,
Valeska,
Yeah.
Han.
Are they together?
No, they're not together,
Luke
but they're
and
still
Valeska?
they're still good friends. No, Valeska's actually dating a girl called Laura, who's a manager at Kayla's.
What?
Yeah, Valeska's the restaurant manager currently because Ryan left and went to Kalgoorlie. So Ryan and Carmen, because obviously they're a couple.
Who's Carmen?
Carmen's his girlfriend that lives in Kalgoorlie because she's doing her last year of
Is that the
mining and
one
engineering.
he was always trying to break up with?
Yeah, pretty much.
And he still hasn't done it.
Well, they did break up and then they've got back together because he's lazy like that.
And so what? How many people did he try and bang on his break?
I don't know.
Didn't he want to... He was always whinging, I can't bang this new waitress because I got a girlfriend.
Oh, no, that was his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they broke up. And then this one, they've broken up as well, and he was kind of sick of it. But he's lazy. He's lazy to do anything about it. So when you're lazy, your options
So
are
what
minimal.
rampage did he go on after that first one?
I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
But he slept with a few staff members from Kayla's.
Yeah. I knew he had this big thing for that girl, Hayley.
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't quite work out. Haley's actually dating a girl as well.
No, you're so full of it.
No, I'm serious.
Something in
Haley...
the water at Kayla's.
No, Haley is dating a girl.
Okay.
Valeska is dating Laura.
I never really knew how...
So anyways, there's Laura, there's Sam. You'll be in Sam's table. Sam will be there. I'm
Who's
pretty
Sam?
sure Alexander... Alex is the only one that I might have trouble fitting. Like, should he be in the Kayla's group or the Nobu group? Or would he be sitting, in a separate sort of thing? I'm not
Why
too
don't you just
sure.
mix everyone up so that they get to meet new people?
Could do. But at the same time, there's a lot of people that don't like that and would end up wandering over to another table to talk to them. And even then, a lot of people don't catch up with each other. So putting them together would actually be a good catch-up session.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to one wedding like a month ago or something, and that was down south, and that was way better because you went down there and you're sort of there, and it's not one of those things you just turn up for like an hour and then go home.
Well, that's the thing. But you know, like even destination weddings seem like a good idea.
Yeah, but not anywhere that people can
Oh yeah,
go.
that was the one where you had a pretend girlfriend.
I told you about that.
Well, you were auditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened with that?
I told you about the audition thing.
No, you didn't. You just told me about that.
I got a couple of... I got 2 people who applied, like seriously, like there's a lot of joke replies. And, but I was pretty sure, I did a lot of research into them and I was pretty sure they were going to murder me. So I did not go through with that.
Wow. So,
but it was an exciting process.
Oh, that would have been fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been pretty fun. Pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done any of those, like pretended to be someone's girlfriend. Not that I can think of.
Why not?
Just haven't been in that situation. Yeah.
Not pre-commitment triangle?
No, nothing. Even, yeah, pre-commitment triangle. Like, I turned up at his Christmas function and people were like, oh, his girlfriend. I'm like, no.
Okay.
Which kind of upset him, I guess, because he was
yeah, but
just
that's
like,
when he's
you
with
are,
people
and I
he
was like,
knows, because
no.
that sounds like you can't do it when you're around people. You can only do it at events where you don't really know the people, you know?
And just make up stuff.
Because if it's with his work friends every day, they're going to be, oh, I liked your girlfriend. Next day at work.
That's true. I've pretended my occupation was something different. That was quite interesting. But I did that when I was in America, when I was on like a holiday trip for 2 months with some girlfriends. So all 3 of us had different jobs and with different things and we're different ages, and that was quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
you could
pretty
pretend you're like 18 and people wouldn't be.
No. I think I look my age.
I don't know what your age is.
Yeah, but let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way.
You could totally pretend you're a teenager.
That would be really cool. I'd have to dress a little differently.
You should go to
wear those little misdrift tops.
Levers.
You know.
Be a
I never went to Levers.
Why not?
Because I went to look for a part-time job. Because when everyone else is at Levers, I can get a job easier compared to when everyone's also trying to get a job. So
I just didn't have a job.
Yeah, I think a lot of people I know didn't. They just went to did the uni thing, and they got jobs after uni and stuff. Whereas I don't know, I just always had money.
First, like 9 months after uni, I was helping my uncle renovate his house, so I got money from that. But it was like a summer job that went on for like 6 months. But
that's not bad. It's cash in hand.
Yeah.
That's
and
the
I
best.
got
no tax.
I got like a bonus out of it because he was going to just flog it off as soon as it renovated. So he's like, "Oh, I'll give you a percentage of whatever we get over the asking price."
Oh, that's really good.
And that money, like, I was living off that money for ages.
That's pretty good.
But that was during the housing boom when everyone was getting way over the asking price.
That's always good. I want more money. Makes life easier.
So are you working tonight?
No, I'm not. Thank God. This last week I had 1 day off, so this week I get 3 days off because obviously we get paid in a fortnight. So as long as I have 4 days off in a fortnight, it's fine. So I got 3 days off this week: Monday, Tuesday, Friday. So it's a good week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week was a crap week. Yeah. So I'm seeing Spider-Man tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't
Where?
seen it. I think I
What
just have
cinema?
to. Inaloo.
I might see that.
Somewhere close. It's at 9 o'clock.
Are you going with Triangle?
Yeah, maybe you should come along and meet Triangle.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be quite fun. Yeah, because I've only seen the first one. Everyone's told me the second one's rubbish, but I kind of have to see it for myself. Yeah.
You haven't seen the first one?
I've seen the first one.
All right.
And I've been told what's going to happen in this one anyways, but I do still want to see it.
I've been told as well, but I knew that. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
I just didn't know which movie it was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, don't forego the Grand Budapest Hotel. That is such an amazing film.
I wasn't planning. I've never got around to it.
Absolutely love it. It is so good. So good.
I went and saw, what was it? Divergent. That was amazing.
Oh, really? See, I wasn't sure. There's that film, but the thing is,
And then it made me go watch, because I like that. I thought everyone was like, "That's just a rip of Hunger Games."
oh,
So then I watched Hunger Games, and it was rubbish.
what?
I think it's one of those things that only the people who didn't like Divergent are the people who are just so blinded by their obsession with Hunger Games that they won't accept that this one's better.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch Divergent then. Maybe I want to check out Session Times. But the thing is, Amazing Spider-Man came out, I think, before Divergent, so it's starting to come off the cinemas. I do want to see on the big screen.
Yeah, it was $10 last week to go see it.
Divergent?
No, Spider-Man. It was the movie of the week.
Damn it. Yeah, I didn't notice.
Well, it's cheap.
I was
Tuesdays
checking anyways.
tonight,
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, I do want to see that. But I thought Hunger Games was okay. I mean, I read the books. I prefer the books, obviously.
Obviously.
Well, I think that a lot of times the books are better because it's your own imagination.
For
so it's,
sure. I'm sure the books are better, but the movie, I just like, this is so stupid. The end of the second one was kind of cool. But
well, because
everything else
that ends just like the book. That's why.
Okay.
Because it's the third book, obviously. What I actually liked more than the book after, film over book was Ender's Game.
I watched that and I couldn't even, at the end of the film, I'm like, I don't even know what happened. I was that bored by that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it so much more than the book. So if you were trying to read the book, you'd really be clawing your eyes. Huh?
You're not allowed to read the book.
Why?
It's written by like a Nazi homophobe guy. You're basically supporting the Nazis by reading.
Scott, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you watch the film.
He puts all the profits from the book into the like anti-gay campaigns.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Someone else bought the book and I borrowed the book, so I'm not actually part of that. Yeah. Yeah, I actually like the film more than the book. So, yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like. But I'm actually quite behind on my films. I actually saw The Grand Budapest Hotel for once. No, I didn't see that. I really don't like Russell Crowe, so I didn't think I could sit through it.
You like Emma Watson?
I do like Emma Watson. She's amazing.
Did you see her graduation pics?
No, I didn't.
It was weird.
What's she graduating?
I don't know.
Wasn't she studying law at some point? That was the thing, right? Because after Harry Potter, there was this whole thing with her at this interview saying, I'm not going to pursue film. I want to do my studies. I'm grounded, la, la, la. And then all these films come out and she's on the red carpet constantly. And you're like, oh, okay, well, obviously she's making easier money that way.
She took, she deferred to do all those bunch of films back to back.
Oh, fair enough.
And I assume she's gone back.
And Bling Ring, I got to say that...
Oh, you eventually saw it?
I saw it. I don't know. I didn't really like the film.
Did you see Spring Breakers?
No, I haven't seen that.
That's way better. That's like a good version of the Bling Ring.
A better version of the Bling Ring? Because I didn't think the Bling Ring was that good.
I mean, they're very different films, but
yeah.
Spring Breakers succeeded, I think, in what it was trying to do, rather than Bling Ring didn't quite get there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, one of the most disappointing films at the moment for me, actually, is Her.
All right.
Everyone loved it. But I don't know, maybe I had high expectations of it, and because everyone was saying it was just such a good film, that for me it was such a letdown. I think there's so much more to it than what was there. I don't know. I just didn't like it that much.
Yeah, well, it
didn't make sense.
I enjoyed the movie, but I was like, it was so predictable. I could have told you exactly what happened without even seeing the movie.
Yeah.
And because I think it's inspired by a lot of sci-fi things. Like, if you, this is getting really nerdy, but if you watch the RoboCop TV series, he has this artificial intelligence that helps him do things, and they sort of have this love thing going on. And in Halo, the same thing. Halo, they ripped it off.
Isn't that a game?
Yeah. You have this virtual woman who follows you around telling you what to do, and they sort of have this love relationship thing, but it can never be properly consummated because they live in different places.
Yeah.
And then there's like, have you seen Hook?
No.
With Steven Spielberg?
No.
Is it Tiffany? No.
No.
What's the Tinkerbell gets a spell to make herself full size so that because she's in love with Peter Pan, she's like, hey, I'm full size, you can love me now, right?
Yeah, no, I
kind of like they had that same thing.
Oh, actually, I think I might have seen bits of
where they got the
because
surrogate.
it's on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surrogate thing doesn't work. I think, like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
I just didn't like. I don't think I liked the film. The last good film that I really enjoyed was the Grand Budapest Hotel, which is why, and because maybe because I had no expectations of that film as well, and I just absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, but so I do have high expectations, so I probably won't like it.
Oh no! But I think it was just so great. It was just so good, and I loved the way they speak in it, and all the different like the actors that were in it. It was really cool.
Steve Zissou?
No.
The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
No.
Did you watch that?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's by the same guy.
Oh, are you up to date with Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I haven't been watching it, but people are telling me where they're up to.
You can never say it right.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's either Game of Thrones or Games of Thrones, so I always get confused. Yeah, but I've read up to date, so
Well, don't tell me what happens.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to tell you what happens. But I'm not trying to spoil it, but they're rushing through it quite quickly, so I was quite surprised. I thought they'd get more in depth with certain things. Well, from what my friends tell me of where it's up to anyways. I don't really know because I haven't seen it, but I'm just going to wait for the whole season to come out before watching it. Because I probably watched it through.
It wasn't on yesterday because of some stupid public holiday, so I was like, oh, what a waste of a Monday. Oh, Mad Men was amazing last time, though.
I don't watch that.
It's amazing. Best show in the history of the world.
I don't know. There must be other things. I know, I've really got into Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother lately. I've never really watched them and I've only just gotten into them. Okay. So I quite like them. It's sort of just something. It's one of those. In tears. Huh?
How I Met Your Mother all ends in tears. I'm just warning you.
Oh, has it finished?
It does not have a satisfying ending.
Oh no. So it's completely finished.
Yeah, they just finished it this year, and it was a huge backlash because everyone hated the ending. Yeah,
that sucks.
And they were like, "This ruined the whole show for me forever."
Oh, that sucked. That's pretty quick finish. Modern Family.
Yeah,
like I just started watching. I've only just started watching, so yeah, that's the other thing. The movie Chef. Mm-hmm. I was quite keen to see that as well. That looks quite good.
About cooking and stuff.
I'm not sure it's all about cooking, but from the trailer it seems quite funny. Yeah, I just wish I had more time to watch all these things. Yeah, I think they might have shown all the funny bits in the trailer, like Bad Neighbours. Mm-hmm. Why I went to see that, I don't even know. I should not have.
What's a funny movie to you though? What's the two funniest films you've ever seen?
I like Ted.
Ted.
I thought that was really funny.
So you have a fairly low standard.
Huh?
You have a fairly low standard.
Yeah. I found some movies sort of, there's more parts that are funny instead of, I wouldn't find the entire movie funny. Like Zoolander, I really loved. I thought that was really funny. I really don't like things like Anchorman. I don't like Will Ferrell. Even though Will Ferrell's in Zoolander, that's probably one of the only films I like it.
Have you seen Stranger Than Fiction?
No.
Just say that. It's not really a comedy.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Or stuff. Is it Melinda and Melinda? I think he's in that. It's quite cool.
Who, Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him though, so it's not going to work.
But you don't like these style of movies though. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
These aren't Will Ferrell movies. These are
okay.
Movies he's acting in. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like that sort of stuff. Like things like This Is the End or 21 Jump Street. That is really stupid to me. I can't watch it. Although I found some parts of Bad Grandpa funny. So that's the thing. Like, that was such a poorly made film, but I found some bits funny.
He was making it rain.
Yeah, that was funny. Or the bit where the little kid just walked up to the lady and just like, "What's your stripper name?" And she's like, "I don't have a stripper name." It's like, "What's your stripper name? Cinnamon?" And just called her Cinnamon. I thought it was really random, so it was quite funny.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like Hangover. I enjoyed. Didn't like the third one. That was a bit boring.
The Hangover. Oh, right. Yeah. No, I didn't like any of those Hangover films.
Really? Yeah, I don't know. I like
Hangover
films.
1 is probably the most overrated film of all time. It's like they went out of their way to make it not funny.
I don't know. I quite enjoyed that. I found the third one's not so good. The first one was alright for me. But I don't think it's the sort of film that I...
Have you seen Bachelorette?
Yes, I believe I have. Yeah. I quite like that Rebel Wilson.
The feminism powerhouse movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like Rebel Wilson. I find her quite funny. I really don't like... Who's that main character from Pitch Perfect?
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah. It's just something about her that really annoys me.
You should see.
Just like the Anna... Who's the Anna girl that's in Scary Movie and all those
Anna
sort of...
Faris.
Yeah. Her. She annoys me as well. I don't know.
Don't like women called Anna.
Something about that. Maybe. Is there any other Annas that I might like? Anna?
Anna Gunn.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't... Maybe I just don't like that name. Yeah, I just don't like those two people. And that Sarah Marshall girl, I don't like. She annoys me.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah, Kristen Bell.
Don't know which one it is.
But I like Scarlett Johansson. I like her. Oh my God, what was the rest of the time recently? Was it Don John or John Don?
Yeah, that's a movie I watched and I can't even remember what it was about. It was so boring.
It was so stupid. Him not wanting to watch porn anymore or whatever, and yeah, it's just dumb.
Do you still use Twitter? Are you going to plug your Twitter?
I haven't used Twitter in ages because someone's been hacking into it. I logged in it with my phone so that I could like update stuff all the time. But then what happened was I started getting all this Arabic writing or Sanskrit or whatever it is, and then Twitter kept sending me stuff on like my email account saying we've had to reset your password because it seems to have been compromised.
All right. Well, yeah, this has been Gimmerish Femme. Check us out, gimmishfemme.com.
Sorry about the boring
Follow
conversation.
me as the guy called Tom, all one word on Twitter. Bye.
Bye.